Chairman of the House Oversight Committee breaking the news here on Newsmax. IRS whistleblowers who allege DOJ interference in the Hunter Biden tax invasion investigations will be on the floor to testify next week. It'll be 14-year IRS veteran, this man, Gary Shapley, who first testified before the House Ways and Means Committee in May. He'll be appearing alongside the other whistleblower X. Now, their explosive allegations allege that U.S. Attorney David Weiss was not given full authority, something that conflicts what Attorney General Merrick Garland had testified about under oath. Joining me now, Florida Congressman Byron Donalds, a member of the House Oversight Committee. Good to see you, Congressman Donalds.
Good to see you. Good to be with you.
Always a pleasure. So we have a big hearing next week. These IRS whistleblowers, as you know, have made serious allegations. When we're talking about Attorney General Garland under oath to Congress saying one thing and they're saying it was something else, they dispute that. What would you like to dig into next week when you have the opportunity to do just that in front of all of America?
Well, one thing that was pretty clear out of what's come out of the Ways and Means Committee is that Mr. Shapley actually has detailed records of these accounts. And so I think it's going to be important to dig into the detail that he's presenting and where that contradicts Mr. Weiss and Attorney General Garland with what they're trying to say. Because what is becoming crystal clear to me is that the political brass at the Department of Justice stonewalled and slow-walked this investigation into Hunter Biden. And if it becomes clear that part of the purpose of this obstruction from the Department of Justice was to protect Joe Biden, these are serious allegations, which in my view lead to impeachment proceedings of Merrick Garland and then also potentially the President of the United States.
And I think next week is a unique opportunity, Congressman Donalds. A lot of people see, Congress and testimony and they say, but nothing ever happens. In this case, we actually have whistleblowers who say there's 6 people in a room who saw what David Weiss said. So someone here is not telling the truth. And now we'll have almost all of them under oath except for Weiss.
Right. And this is going to be key. And I think that's why this information coming forward right now is critical. I know the Attorney General, he goes before the Judiciary Committee in both House and Senate at regularly scheduled intervals. So when he comes back and he has to answer questions under oath, it's going to be very important to have this stuff on the record from the Ways and Means Committee and from the Oversight Committee that the Judiciary Committee can use when they actually have to have those questions for Attorney General Merrick Garland. And
unlike, some of the officials who say we can't answer due to an ongoing investigation, we have the whistleblowers themselves who are supposed to have whistleblower protection, so they won't be as guarded. I'd like to move on and get your reaction to something your friend, Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett, is floating. Support for you for Vice President. He tweeted out in May, retweet this if you think my friend would make a great choice for Vice President. I know you were asked about if you'd take the job, and you said a resounding yes. Your name was also floated as possible speaker when Kevin McCarthy's vote was ongoing. But tell us about, your aspirations, and is there sort of some discussions behind the scene here? I know you're close with Trump as well, Congressman.
Well, look, there's no discussions behind the scenes, and it's not something that we're pushing for. But I mean, look, if you ask me a question about it, I got to be honest with you. Of course, it's a great honor. It gives you an opportunity to help get the country back on track and help America continue to be the greatest nation in the world. And frankly, this current administration is a dumpster fire, and there's a lot of work to be done. But right now, I'm just a member of Congress, just doing my job. I'm focused on appropriations right now, making sure that we cut federal spending as much as we can. But I just want to do everything we can to help our country be successful and win. And that's not just domestically, that's internationally as well. And so whether it's being a member of Congress or anything else, I'll let the voters decide that.
And President Trump obviously knows at least where you stand. 30 seconds left. Cocaine in the White House. They're also saying now there's been marijuana at the White House. Just sum it up for us. What type of culture do you think we have here under the Biden administration as we're seeing these types of disclosures?
Well, I think it's one that's very lax and not serious at all. And I think if you look at the policy that comes out of this White House, that's not a shock because some of the stuff, that they're put forward. I personally think you got to be on drugs to support some of this policy because it's just stupid and is a detriment to the country. But that being said, I think that you have the Secret Service is having conversations with the White House right now about ways to adjust some of their security protocols. Some of the stuff that we were told when we were in a secure location about some of the details, I can't divulge that stuff because that does speak to the security apparatus and some of the concerns at the White House, and I don't want to let that stuff out.
Sure,
It
sure.
is important to secure the president and to make sure that we continue to secure the White House. But this stuff with drug paraphernalia or drugs being found in the White House, this stuff needs to get cleaned up, and the White House needs to take responsibility for it.
Florida Congressman Byron Donalds, great to see you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.